thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics. What's up, everyone? We're back for episode 530 of the Massenomics podcast. I know it's that number because I just had to check as the intro was rolling. As Kaz was speaking to us, I was verifying this is episode 530. The Massenomics podcast, listened and viewed all over the world millions of times. The Massenomics podcast. My name's Tanner.
My name's Tommy.
I don't really like that intro.
Here.
But we don't really re-record things.
You know what? I thought of an intro for you.
Okay.
Do you have like some hype music for me? This will be like your intro.
I think I got what you're thinking.
Let's hope maybe like some music I could speak over though. I don't know if you.
Oh,
do you have
okay,
anything like some background? Like to.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Massenomics podcast is now live. Your first host, he's so straight he threw away all the bow bars in the gym, Tanner Bear.
Is that
Did you
good?
just come up with that on the spot?
I just thought
bow
of it
bar
the other day. I
comment?
thought it was
That's
pretty funny.
good.
I thought that was pretty funny.
I'm like, damn, I feel like you didn't rehearse this, but that bow bar comment was too good.
I thought of it the other day, and I just was like, well, I don't have a reason to say this ever. And then you just said the intro, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, here we go.
What was it? He's so straight that he threw away all the bow bars.
He threw away all the bow bars.
Maybe it's, like Chuck Norris, rest in peace, it's Chuck Norris jokes, but it's like I'm so straight jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tanner's so straight, he threw away all the bow bars in the gym. And you could take it two ways. You could do things that are either straight or that make me sound a little gayer.
He's so straight, he only eats the little baby carrots, not the big ones.
Are we doing vegetables again this week? Is that where we're headed?
I like that someone said, was it 4,000 calories of broccoli is 22 pounds?
Yeah, 26 pounds of broccoli,
Which
I think.
is crazy.
Like that.
That's at least 20 more pounds than I would have guessed. I mean, I didn't think about it at all, but 26 pounds is too many.
Also, broccoli doesn't feel that dense. I feel like volumetrically, 26 pounds of broccoli. Are we talking what?
It's going to be like a pallet.
How many 50-gallon drums of broccoli would that be?
All of them.
Would a 50-gallon... How many... Someone, ChatGPT to the rescue. How many... what's the cubic area that 26 pounds of broccoli would consume? Or how much weight is there in a 50-gallon drum of
the bed of one
broccoli?
pickup truck is what it is.
Yeah. Wow. This week though, so we did answer a bunch of questions last week.
Wait. Is this show brought to us by anybody?
Oh no, all of our sponsors. They said, yeah, we're
good.
All this vegetable talk, we're out. Actually,
no, we're good.
Not. Great segue actually to our newest sponsor. This is kind of important news, so I need a little important news music. Thank you, Buck Cherry, and thank you, EliteFTS.com. You can currently save up to 60, yes, 60, do not adjust your podcast set, 60% off select products at EliteFTS.com. And on top of that, you can sometimes stack discount code MASS10. If that's true, that could be up to 70% in some cases. I'm saying it like it's true. I don't know that. But you could be the ones to find out. So go to EliteFTS.com. Someone let me know, did you save 70% on something by using discount code MASS10? We're big users of their Elite FTS SS yoke bar. Tommy and I both our favorite specialty bar. We've been on record on YouTube saying that, so it has to be true. And I don't know, trust enthusiasts like us, trust EliteFTS.com.
This episode is also brought to you by Juggernaut AI. Juggernaut AI is the smartest program for you. They deliver principle-based coaching through cutting-edge technology to help you get the best results of your life. Here's how it works. You tell the app all about yourself and your goals, and from there it's going to create an individualized program made specifically for your goals. And then the program's going to adjust with you every step of the way. You're going to check in before every workout, after every set, at the end of every workout, and at the end of the week. And from there, the app is going to make the tweaks necessary to make sure you're getting the most out of every training session. I've been using Juggernaut AI for several years. I've taken it to hit several all-time PRs on the platform and also gym PRs too, which are fun to hit. I highly recommend it if someone's looking for some programming and is looking for something that they can go the distance with and really get some gains out of. Juggernaut AI is that. If you go to juggernautai.app, that is their website. You can use code Massenomics and save 10% on the lifetime of your membership. Juggernautai.app, code Massenomics will save you. Thank you, Juggernaut.
I just realized I normally pin you in the video chat. We have a bunch of live listeners that we record a pre-show prior to the actual podcast each week for our supporting members, and that ran a little long this week. And during the pre-show, I like to see all the participants' names, and some of them have handsome pictures of themselves there. But then when we go to the show, I pin you so they quit actually distracting me.
Oh.
And I hadn't done that, so I was still looking at all these names of people around here.
See, it must be because I'm the host. I just have the sidebar of all the people on. It doesn't show them on the screen anywhere.
I'm not going to pretend to assume I know how Zoom works.
I thought I knew how Zoom works, and they changed everything like a month ago, and I'm just accepting the fact I have no clue how Zoom works.
We used to be a proper country where Zoom was a little bit different.
Yes, it was.
Okay, should we jump into a couple questions?
Well, do we have any
before we do
housekeeping
that,
items?
I think we should mention our drop recap. We had a very well received drop this last week where we released 2 new tank tops. It was the Silly Goose Barbell Club on the TLT tank, and it was the Massenomics lifting department on the ice blue tank. And we hadn't released the tank top for several years. Those were both very well purchased, but the shining star of the drop had to have been the brand new, unpaid and underrated Comfort Colors tee.
It's almost gone. I just looked.
It's basically gone. It would be gone if my sizing predictions were, if I would have guessed just a little bit
right.
better.
The only sizes left, XL and 3X. Everything else is out of there.
Yeah, and that was just a few days ago that it dropped. So if you're an XL or a 3X, you could grab one of those, or maybe squeeze or get something baggy, Like Matthias Cash, he always gets like a 2X shirt.
He does.
So size is relative. Weight is a number, size is a feeling. So that was the shining star, the unpaid and underrated tee, designed by Big Joey's wife. Everyone loved that. Back of it, super cool with all the locations that people are from. And then, the sign. We do have a few signs left. The if your legs ain't extending, then you're just pretending. Mm-hmm. Those actually sold well too, but we do just have a few of those left. And those are not size dependent. They're one size fits most. You'd have to have like a really tiny walls for it not to fit on your wall because it's not that big. Like ants couldn't put it on their walls.
Yes. Very, very small walls.
So that was the drop. I'll mention this, the enhanced games. Did you watch the enhanced games at all, Tommy?
I did not watch them at all. I caught some just very sporadic clips on the socials, but I didn't watch them.
Yeah.
Did you watch them?
I was doing a lot of order packing this weekend, and I put out in the Discord as I was packing one night, I'm like, I thought the enhanced games was supposed to be today. Does anyone know like what happened or where it was? And like, oh no, the deadlift is coming up soon. So then Big Dodzilla, supporting member number 1, he DM'd me and he's like, oh, the deadlift is soon. And I'm like, well, is it on now? And he's like, no, it's next event. And then he's like, well, it's actually like the 3rd event from now. I'm like, can you just DM me when it's like actually when Thor and Mitch Hooper are on the screen, like headed towards a deadlift bar somewhere. Because I just, you know how these things go.
Oh,
they just drag that. Like, it's like the worst thing in the world is watching a fight. And you're like, oh my God.
All the
like,
pony act leading up to it. It's 10 hours long.
Yes. So he did. And so, yeah, I watched all 6 deadlift attempts, I suppose. And you know that Thor didn't get, spoiler alert, cover your ears if you don't know, Thor did not get
I did see that
15 kilogram deadlift. I found myself really, really wanting him to get the deadlift. I was really disappointed that he didn't.
It's the first time he's missed it in quite a while, isn't it?
It is. And I don't know if that makes me a Thor fan or I'm just a fan of the whole thing and I just wanted to see him do well. And I just wanted to watch the moment, I suppose. I was most excited about like what his reaction is to getting it and what does it feel cool in there? Is he rip his shirt off? We've seen him do that before in person. It's just fun to see that after a successful world record.
Were they billing this? See, I didn't really pay much attention at all. Were they billing this as like a strongman event or just a world record deadlift?
World record deadlift event.
See, it makes you wonder like why was Colton not a part of it then?
Well, because he doesn't. It's a world record strongman.
Okay.
deadlift.
Okay. So there is still the strongman part. Okay.
Yeah, it was still called that. Yeah, I see. I understand. I didn't understand your question.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't do sumo deadlifting in this format
that makes
as
sense.
Presented.
But there wasn't like many records being broken or any, right?
I don't think so. I don't. Maybe there eventually was, but like no, there was an underwhelming amount of records being broken. There were several PBs. Or as we like to call them, PRs. Mm-hmm. The presentation of the whole thing wasn't bad. I don't know. It wasn't awesome, but it was decent. It was pretty good, I guess. Mitch Hooper was not even remotely close. Like he was nowhere in the ballpark.
Really?
Realistically, like he didn't, at least on that day or with his limited training window for this after World's Strongest Man, he realistically probably didn't have much business attempting a 515 kilogram deadlift. It became apparent because he opened at, I don't remember, 800 and some pounds. Then I think he went to 425, which would be, 930 or I don't know whatever that is. And it was not easy. Like it was hard. Like it looked like he didn't have much more than that based on that particular rep. Maybe things change when you come up for the big one, but he jumped from 425. I think I have these numbers right, to 515 for his third one. And there was never a way that was going to go.
It's a little bit of a jump.
It was like 160 pound jump from when you barely, when you're struggling on that one. I thought based on Thor's first and second attempts that he was going to get the 515.
Yeah. He's been a lock lately. He's always been good.
He was close. It went to about his knees, and it definitely, I think on any given different day, he may have gotten it. I just think it was just, the stars need to align a little bit, and I don't think that they did.
Yeah.
They obviously didn't, but I'm just saying slightly different circumstances, he might have just got it, so, but it does make me wonder, what are they doing next? Then like
the enhanced games or...
Well, yeah, in general, like he's probably just wants to try and break this record again, I'm guessing. So is it via the enhanced games in some way again, or
does he have to wait 4 years again for the enhanced games? Is it like the Olympics? You only get to do it once every 4 years.
I'm really curious what the future of the enhanced games is there, if that's kind of a one and done scenario or if something is penciling out there. Because they gave away a lot of money.
Yeah. Wasn't part
they were
of it
giving away like $250,000 to a lot of the winners of things.
Mm-hmm. But wasn't part of it kind of like a marketing avenue for this like peptide company or something?
I mean, I think that's mostly what it is.
Okay, has there been like a shift in the
But
words?
that being said, what is the peptide company even?
Well, that. And then has there also been like this shift that I'm not aware of, that I'm just catching up to, I'm late to the party here, where peptides just means anything you take, you can just say anything's a peptide? Like, does that...
I don't know well enough to know. That's not what I mean, testosterone is not what I would consider peptides.
Me either, but no doubt testosterone is a huge part of what people are taking going into the enhanced games, right?
Oh yeah, I mean they're all like they were taking a whole bunch of what we would just call steroid. Like
That's my point. I feel like
I don't know what the I have absolutely no idea on the technical definitions, but in my mind I separate peptides from steroids. You know, the most common peptides that I know about from all the people we talk to and all the various discussions over the year, it's BPC 157 and it's the other one T whatever, and you do those together and it's the Wolverine stack. Okay. And like the number of power lifters we talk to that take that is like hundreds of them. Yeah. And that's for just like in theory TB 500. There we go. Yeah, this Retta one is popular too that Mofo just mentioned, and that's I think like helps you cut down a little bit. I don't know that much about any of them. Yeah. But no, I don't think when people say peptides, they're not referring to testosterone and D-ball.
See, I don't think they are either, but the impression I'm getting is it's starting to just turn into this blanket thing where when people say peptides, they're just talking about anything, maybe more like general news cycles. I hear people, teens and peptide use, and I almost feel like it's turned into just like anything performance enhancing or anything that you take is falling under that blanket all of a sudden.
Yeah, that might be.
But maybe that's me reading the room wrong.
I don't know. Yeah. That was it. I don't know. The swimming was barely interesting to me. Yeah. That was what was on in between. And I'm like, I don't know. It's not the Olympics. I mean, it's part of the problem. It's not to win a gold medal. Mm-hmm. It's not
not really just kind of a country and that whole thing. Yeah.
Right. Enhanced games. More like wasn't that great. Yeah, it was okay. I just wanted to see him get the deadlift and he didn't get it. So what I was really thinking, I'm like, why is it just two guys on the deadlift?
Well, that's the other part that's kind of weird.
Like there's a couple other guys out there that might be a little bit bigger deadlifters than Mitch Hooper too. I'm like, there's probably a few couple guys that could have really given that for a better run for its money. But I think part of the athlete choice is you're getting people in there. This is the funny thing about everything these days. You're like, if you're getting invited to this or hired for, I believe, a lot of things like this, they're looking at your social media.
Yep, it's what your social media, yeah.
Because you get 50 athletes that all have huge social media presence. You just created your audience.
Yeah.
Based on the participants.
Yes. I was just listening to a podcast, something totally unrelated. Someone was talking about now if you're trying to, write a book, publish a book, the first thing they like is what's your following like on social media? Like that's the first question. Right. When you're new to the book game. And it's the built-in marketing.
Yep. One other thing that I've watched a little bit of that I guess I haven't mentioned on the podcast that kind of reminded me of it is American Gladiators with Boogs.
I want to watch that. I still haven't.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched the first couple episodes, and that totally is what's going on there too. It's a lot of those people have huge big followings. Yeah. I mean, there's more to it than that, but certainly doesn't hurt. You get Boogs, who's got however many 100,000, and you get 10 other guys that also have certainly have a few million that are interested in this right away just because of these people's followings. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. I actually don't know. I'm very interested in it because since we know Rick the Stick, that I'm like super, like when I'm always just waiting for him to be on basically to see what he's up to and and he's the total wild card, with his antics and the way he cuts a promo. It's like
and when he like totally insane on there?
He tries to be, but they cut it out a lot. I think actually, you only get a taste.
They dilute him
because because anyone that follows him outside of the show, because what he is like, you can still see like he's very close to it all. It's always right around the corner. And I think he even mentioned that they cut out like some of his longer promos even too, or they cut him down just to really small sections. And I'm like, dang it. I just want to watch him riff on this for a while.
Get the B-roll of this, the stuff that didn't make the cut, get the extended cut.
Yes. Big James asked about Boogs being a podcast guest. Definitely a chance of that. The more likely scenarios that he would be sooner scenarios that he would be a gym tour at the Rat's Nest at some point in time. I mean, absolutely very likely that'll happen at some point in time.
Be a good one.
Yeah, so American Gladiators, I would recommend watching it. It's it's pretty good. And then like Danny Spiegel is on it.
Oh, she is?
the
Okay.
CrossFitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got a big following, obviously.
Yes.
And I don't know if I knew any of the other people. Like that, she was the only other one I would like knew who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the host is The Miz,
I saw that too. Yes.
or one of the hosts, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, should we get to a few questions?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna crack into
Kinda.
a cold one here though.
Oh, what do you got?
Pink apple and lemon. Wow.
What's that? A Waterloo?
Polar.
Oh, Polar. I've got a Waterloo lemon Italian ice.
Ooh, getting icy.
It's so icy. Did you ever have a grill?
Like in my mouth.
Yeah, like
No.
diamonds.
No, I did not. Why did you?
Diamonds on your neck, diamonds on your grill.
No.
Okay. What are your, this is from Big Midwestern Dr. Jake. What are your next 3 big regional tours?
Regional tour. Well, I mean, you're giving us more credit for how far you think we planned this out. That's not typically
Yeah.
how it goes.
We don't know what our next
We
three
don't actually know
are.
what our next one is.
Not really. It's not planned. But I could name 3 that are all on our short list. You
Yeah.
know, we're Texas, Florida, Pacific Northwest,
Arizona
like
would probably be up
Arizona. I mean, honestly, anywhere we could go, but those are all ones we've talked about more. And then also, I would just say driving trip to like Minnesota or Iowa or
there.
those
Wisconsin,
ones.
kind of, or the
That
edge of
part-
Wisconsin.
this edge, not the far
Yeah.
edge. Those would be the most likely ones coming up soon. Although that being said, it could be something in there completely not even any of those.
Yeah. Well,
That's
we've
also
also
not impossible.
like saying when you say Florida, Texas, Northwest, like we've had those 3 on our list forever, and just
Right.
it's always like, oh, this seems like a good time to do this one, and then it just something else
Right.
pops up. So
When are you coming to check out the felt loads in Boston? So I guess that's the question is, well, we've been to Boston. We've toured Boston, but there's this effect sometimes when we go to our location, after we're gone, a ton more gyms pop up on Gym Radar or our map. Boston being one of them, that there is more than enough gyms there we haven't toured that we could go back for.
the density of gyms in the Boston area is, I mean, they might be in a league of their own as far as just how many are right there. Like they really have a lot packed in that area. So yeah, you could
Yes.
easily make another trip up there, no problem.
From brute force and ignorance, are there any Gym Radar vanity plates yet?
Oh, not
Not
yet,
that
but
I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I think that's one character too long.
Well, Jim RDR works pretty good though.
Yeah, there you go.
It's crossed my mind, you know,
Just ideas for people.
throwing it out there. Yeah,
Yeah.
if MSS NMX is taken, Jim RDR, not the worst one. You can get the space in there.
Yes. From Joe, will I ever be able to comment on people's gyms on gymradar.com? Totally original thought.
Well, sit down, buddy. Your dreams are about to come true here.
They are true.
Yeah, Jim Radar. We, as of recording this, May 27th, we officially put the announcement out today that gym comments are live, and I got Jim Radar pulled up here, and people are taking advantage of it. There's a lot of...
Did we talk about that on last week's episode?
No, we
or
didn't.
not?
That was in the pre-show, actually. Okay.
Okay.
Back it up. It up. I'm skipping ahead. So, yes, we are happy to announce the newest feature to Gym Radar is you can now leave comments on other people's gyms. You can leave comments. You can reply to comments. You can...
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Red alert.
There it is. I'm jumping ahead here. This week, there's always music to go with something this week. But yeah, the comment feature, we've been working on this behind the scenes for a little while now. We're excited to have it out there. And yeah, if you hop up on the old Gym Radar and check it out. On the My Radar feed, you'll see comments now appear as blips in the feed. And yeah, there's a lot of comments taking place all the time. Okay, I'm just looking through it right now. It just gets hard to get distracted. Just start reading through the comments, seeing what everyone's talking about in here. You can lose hours of your day now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool. I really enjoy the comment feature. I've used it a lot yesterday and today myself. I've left a lot of comments. People, of course, are leaving a lot of comments on our gyms and stuff. So we're going to be active on it. I've been most interested in seeing how some other people have literally used this already. They're discussing basically like there was these pent up questions, I think, that people had.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, I started following your gym right away. I love the way you did this with your rack setup. Like what, and then questions X, Y, and Z. And then I've seen responding back and forth. And then some people that have like had to go like get together offline about this to discuss it more. And it's all because of the inspiration that they pulled from each other's gyms on Gym Radar. Just in the first day I've seen that, which is really cool. That's like a perfect proof of concept of it working the way we had hoped it would.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just another way to, add some features, add some social aspects to the Gym Radar, add some connection there. And also, we did put a video out on the Gym Radar YouTube channel that goes a little more in depth in all the features. I realized today after we put that up there that I forgot to mention the part that you can turn comments on or off on your gym. Maybe I need to go back and add that as a comment underneath the YouTube video so people know about that. But that video, it's like 7 minutes long or something. It goes in depth on all the comment features. But yeah, you can comment to anyone's gym. As the owner of your gym, you can delete comments on your page or block users too if people are doing bad things. But it's a Gym Radar community. Everyone's highly vetted and very trustworthy there.
I don't see that getting used a lot, but the beauty of it, it's there. So if you're someone, if you have a reason to use it, it's there. And some people I could see just not wanting comments on their gym, and then you get to just turn it off altogether.
Yep. It's also the start of a notification system where now when you leave a comment, it does the website does automatically send a notification email to someone to let them know that you have left a comment. So you don't have to worry about missing things. It does also when you're logging into the site. You can turn that
off if you want to.
Yeah, you can turn that off. And then when you log into the site, you do have a little notification drop down where you can check your notifications and see what's been going on.
Okay. Sweet. Gym Radar. I love what those guys are doing. They're doing
real
good
deal.
stuff. Okay. This is from Big Diet Coke Destroyer. Tommy, how does your hair stay so luscious and beautiful 24/7? Luscious and beautiful.
Wow. That's
and he didn't say woolly. I think the wool is implied.
Yeah, yes, that goes without saying. You just gotta, I don't know, man. It's actually not as good as I'd catch myself. You have kids and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can shower now at 10 o'clock at night. And when you have all this hair, you're like, no, I can't shower at 10 o'clock at night because I need to be awake for an hour because it's soaking wet forever. So then it's like, well, I'll just put my hair up. And now I've gone 2 days without washing my hair, which luckily curly hair, I think, tends to be drier. It doesn't really get greasy. So I have that going to my favor. So that's never an issue. But yeah, it just gets frizzy and disgusting now. But yeah, when it's good, you just get a good curl focus shampoo and conditioner and you're set.
Like from Big D?
Well, I did the one time. No, that was a leave-in product she sent me the one time, but my wife got me hooked up.
The curl relaxer?
Yes, that's what it was. That's right, yes. My wife got me hooked up with some good shampoo and conditioner, so I've been rocking that lately.
Brandon mentioned in our Discord live chat, he said, if he was Tommy, his hair would be made of wool.
I'm well aware of that, yes. We all know that.
This is from Hey Bupper. Very fitting next question. Under what circumstances would you consider cutting off your hair, excluding diseases or illnesses? Important exclusion. Diseases and illnesses are like you can't just get sick.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of
like
I had a there.
So having a cold is not an acceptable reason.
Oh God, okay. I was worried. Yeah, I was worried that cold was gonna make me cut my hair. Probably at a point where it just gets shitty and bad enough that it just has to go. I guess that would be that'd
be the time.
Right? Wouldn't it be? I don't know. You've kind of been close though, haven't you?
Oh, I don't need much of a reason at all. I often think of it.
I will say this: it would make life a lot easier. That's for sure.
That's I'll say I'm not going to give anything away, but you know, I could be due for a change one of these days.
Tanner could be reliving his Zoom work photo before you even know it. Some people
I'll
know
say
what that
this:
is, and some don't.
I have a plan, a secret plan.
Oh,
actually,
God. He's
I have a
scheming
secret
something
plan.
over here.
I hate to even bring it up, but I do have a secret plan. So that's it.
He has a plan. It is a secret. No one asks him about it because it's secretive. And just asking it makes it not secret.
From Big Bo and me, are Keith's Lift Hard, Live Easy 4 Strongman Podium predictions confirmed by our Lord and Savior? Well, I'm not sure if that's confirmed. Keith might be listening. Is he listening live? I think he was making predictions on Instagram. I'll say this: it's anyone's game at the Lift Hard, Live Easy Classic Strongman.
You know, some people really feed off that crowd.
Some people do, and it's tough. Winning a strongman competition is not easy when there's a group out there of. I'll say
ruthless hecklers in the crowd.
I don't think any of them. Nobody's a lock because there's enough competitive people that if you screw up, you know, you give people an inch, they'll take a mile. Big Mike from Detroit for Tanner. What's the white whale of vintage plate that you want? To actually get, I think is the question that I want to actually get. There's two of them that I want. It's the Gibson, which is a cross hub, and the Mars, which has the big MARS. That's the one Efren taught us about that had the story with like the two, you know, do you remember that story or something? I don't know. Like MA stands for something and RS stands for something else.
Yes, and they like flipped over, the page was folded, and when they unfolded it, they saw the two guys and then realized, it's like Mark and something else, and that's where the MA and the RS came from.
The thing about both of those is they're both rather expensive. They're not as expensive as you know, those first ever York deep dish, you know, the tall letter Yorks,
which are so cool.
Zoovers, but they're more expensive than I'm willing to pay. And I'm not willing to trade away a single thing also of value because, you know, it's what some people do. Like you kind of trade up, you get stuff that's kind of valuable and then other people want it and it has like maybe a little additional trade value beyond what it's even technically worth. But my thing is I won't get rid of anything. I kind of thought that I was going to get rid of some things and now I don't want to get rid of anything. So I don't really see where I get those because I don't really want to get rid of anything and I don't want to spend that much money.
Regarding the Mars plates, though, or the other one, the Gibson ones, just to get an idea of the inventory that's out there. Like if you said today, I got the money, I'm ready to do it, could you get some, or is there just not
right
really examples?
I don't know that I could on day. I mean, yeah, I could put out some contacts and probably get. Did you see that picture of you in the Discord of all your of the different potential hairstyles you could have?
Wow. Okay. My wife would just freak out looking at that. She would die.
I like the buzz cut one.
Yeah, that's quite the look. I'm not sure that's how that looks, but wow. Okay. I kind of feel like I know who I'm looking at. At the same time, I have no idea who I'm looking at here.
That upper right corner is certainly a hairstyle I've had before. That
I mean, a lot of people have had that hairstyle that have short ones.
Also, the bottom right corner, definitely a hairstyle I've
had the bottom
times.
middle is kind of a David Spade type look, and I don't know if I'm pulling that one off. And the top one comes off very feminine to me, which is odd because it's almost the same hairstyle I have, but it just looks like a woman's hairstyle.
Looks a lot more feminine. I kind of thought about the David Spade one too. That I'm like, something about that hairstyle looks very feminine to me.
Maybe I just make hair look more feminine.
Well, not in the one that's yours or the two on the right hand side, but there's two in the middle.
It's like creeps me out. I don't know if it's in a way of like, oh, I have to face what that is. Like, is that what I would actually look like with short hair? It's like this like facing reality moment of this life of
For some reason, I don't think that that's what you. I don't
I
know
don't think
why.
I do either. But
because
I'm like, it is my face though.
I know.
So, what's going? What is
but
AI
for some
doing
reason
here?
to me that it almost
Like you
to
can't
me,
tell
it
me the
looks-
top, middle, and the bottom right are the same face. Like they are, but they're not.
Right. Yeah, actually,
I don't get it. It's just breaking my brain right now.
yeah,
I mean, the bottom left is obviously a no in every scenario. But
yeah. I don't even know what you'd call it. Oh, okay, yeah, that's. I wasn't looking at that big enough. Okay, that's braids. Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, just plates. I did just get a set of Berg handtail plates added to the wall.
oh yeah,
so
was that, did those pop up? Out
I
of
bought
nowhere,
those a
or was-
long time. I
Oh.
bought those a long time ago. There's a guy in Minneapolis that had them, and my wife was in Minneapolis, so I had them meet up, and she snagged them for me.
All right.
Let's see. Here's a great question from Sully McSullivan. For the virtual lift hard, live easy entrance, is it in the rules to do all lifts on the same day like a traditional meet?
Wow.
That is not expressly written in the rules.
But I feel like
The
it's in the
submission
spirit of the
window is
competition.
1 week. I tell you what, we're not going to turn you down if you don't do it. I think it's great if you do them all in
Yeah.
one day.
I think
that's
you should
awesome.
try if you can.
Yeah. If you can't do it, that's okay. Do them all in that week and submit it. We're not going to blacklist you from the competition or anything like that. But the ideal scenario is that you do all 3 in one day. I think
It's in the
that's
spirit of the
coolest thing.
rules. It also is a good little
Yeah.
test for you too.
Yeah. I think so. Try and make yourself do it if you can. From Big Curd, which post-Tyler podcast episode would you replace with a 1-hour leg extension montage? He's saying post-Tyler,
so
so
we
we
can't
can't
just
say
say-
we can't say Julian Pinot episode.
Okay, yeah. So something after like 100 or after, yeah.
Yeah, 128 or whatever.
Would we replace with a one?
Probably one of the worst audio ones.
Yeah.
Like, was there one in there where we had audio problems? I mean, I know there was more than one where there's several guest audio issues. over
Yeah,
time.
the guest audio issues. That one's always a little tricky. There was the one I think we had bad audio issues was like right before
Yeah.
Black Friday one time, I think.
Yeah.
Like I think your mic wasn't working or something. So
Something like that.
yeah, we just picked up your sound was picked up from my mic, which was bad.
This is a really good question from Recentonomics. What
Okay,
one
just wait. What did Recentonomics have that just shocked me because it was so funny? Do you know what I'm talking about? They just had something the other day. Maybe I'm overhyping this here. I'll have it here in just a second.
Maybe it wasn't funny.
It was okay. It's pretty funny. Yeah, it was on the it was this like caption. It's looking forward to changing my status to open to working out on the lifting portion of Gym Radar.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one. I also like the Massenomics crew Gaussian distribution, the silly lifting
Yeah.
stuff, and then I've got to do all the crew things and then silly lifting stuff. deep jokes there.
Also, there's the one where I only assume you've never watched Yellowstone,
And you can assume correctly, yes.
but you may even know this reference. It's like taking someone to the train station from Yellowstone means murdering them and dumping their body somewhere.
Okay.
More or less. And the one that he posted was a click of, I think it's Rip is his name in there. He was the take the guys to the train station guy, and it was a picture of him, and he was like, I'm going to take you to see Julian Pinot.
Okay. I saw that, but I didn't get it was funny without even knowing the joke.
Yeah, it's like basically it's like Tyler left the pod. Like we made Tyler go see Julian Pinot. Like essentially we like drug him out and somebody shot him.
Okay. I had no idea what that meant. I'm looking at it right now. I had no idea what that meant. I'm like, oh, this is kind of funny, and I didn't get it, and I still thought it was funny.
Because what
That's
is it
really
saying
good.
there? I'm taking you to see Julian Pinot. Isn't that what it was or something?
Yes, I need you to take him to see Julian Pinot. Wow.
Oh, I didn't ask the question though. I
Yeah.
almost skipped it, and I did. This was a good question. What one piece of gym radar info do you wish you had back when you started your gyms?
Oh, like if we're
If you were
building, man, I just really think that now there's two things. One, being able to look at people's gyms, because when I started mine, I knew there was guys out there that had really cool gyms, and it was just, I was like on Instagram doing like hashtag home gym, hashtag garage gym. And that was the first time I saw Nice Like Mike. That was the first time I ever saw his gym because it popped up on a hashtag. And then it was funny, ran into him at Home Gym Con like a month later or something.
Yeah.
So like it would just be having the image gallery for some inspiration to see what people are doing, how things are set up. I specifically remember going and watching Brandon's videos. I'd watched him, throughout the years, but never paying that close of attention when I don't have a home gym. And I remember going back and going to different spots where he'd have his camera set up and screenshotting it just so I could pause and look at all the stuff he had and try and figure out what was going on. So I remember doing that. So looking at pictures would be incredibly helpful. The other really big one would just be to see the top equipment lists.
Yes.
Like that just narrows down. I mean, we just
actually
actually
gets you so you can't miss. Like you're not gonna miss.
I don't. We
Like
just
you still got a few decisions to make about what's right for you in terms of price and size and X, Y, and Z. But it gets you right in the ball. Like it narrows your focus really fast.
It does. Well, and even Massenomics didn't have a ton, and still doesn't have much for rep stuff in it. There's just not much. Rep.
No.
There's just like hardly anything from rep in Massenomics. So.
And there's a ton of rogue stuff.
Yeah, there's a ton of rogue stuff.
And also, if you ask me what company I kind of like better, it's Rep.
Mm-hmm.
Just for our interactions we've had with them over the years.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have that much.
Yeah, but with that, so I didn't have much like any experience with the Rep stuff. I'd never really used it before. And when I start looking at benches, you see the AB 5200 popping up, and I'd never used it. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, is this just one of those benches people just recommend just because? Like, is it the real deal? And, I sent some DMs to people, and they're like, no, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
But now when you go on Gym Radar.
You know that now on Gym Radar.
Yeah, you just go. It's like, it's a
immediately.
fact. Just you look in there, and we talked about this, like 7 of the top 10 are Rep. It's like, yeah, they know what they're doing. You don't get to that point by having a bad product.
Right. Kind of, I think the reason I don't own very much Rep stuff is because it's not that they didn't exist, but actually at the time when I made a lot of those major purchases, they really didn't exist like they do now.
They were a different company then. They really were.
Right.
They didn't sell barbells and benches and racks. They were a totally different company.
They sold, I don't know.
Just barbells, benches, and racks.
Yeah. Okay. For me, that's a really weird scenario because I started the gym so long ago. Gym Radar then couldn't have really existed.
No, because then the name of the game was like, oh, what used stuff can you find?
Yes.
Like that was
right.
It's actually it's funny how many of the things in the very first gym were just like, no, there's no brand. This is just someone made this thing.
Most of the things.
Yeah.
Like what can you name a brand? The big white rack.
Was that a Cybex rack?
That's that Cybex, yeah. It's
but the one rack in the corner, the Larry Special, that was a...
Well, that's technically a BFS or BS.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, bigger,
that
faster,
half rack
stronger,
was?
bigger. Yeah.
Oh.
The Larry rack.
Oh,
that went to Jake.
Yeah.
And then from Jake, I think, doesn't Ben Bile have that now? Someone might know.
Okay, I thought that was a homemade rack. But that bench, that was a homemade bench though, wasn't it?
Well, the flat bench is that blue,
the silver one with the blue pad
that people just sit on. Like it's literally.
Well, yeah, that flat bench. But then like the bench that we had.
No, there was that super heavy ass one that was way heavy and it had a squishy black pad on it.
No, I'm talking about the actual bench, like that had the
bench,
kind of the competition style bench.
Yeah,
sorry.
that did not have a brand on it.
Yeah, that was homemade.
Not a bad bench, though.
No, that was a good. I remember at the time thinking, this is the best bench in the world. This thing's amazing. It was the first bench that was actually competition with that we'd used.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I do not think that was a brand. Yeah.
Do you know what brand the lat pull down is?
I have no idea.
Okay, that was another one.
I mean, that is a brand. Like that's not homemade.
Some factory made it. Someone.
I would love to know.
Yeah,
it's a great lat pull down machine. It can take a lot of abuse. Like I can verify that. It's extremely heavy too. Okay, what is the weirdest piece of equipment someone has requested to add to Gym Radar?
It's kind of tricky because sometimes people put joke suggestions in.
Yeah.
That are intentionally bad. Like we're obviously not going to add.
Oh no.
Like
most of the
legit
stuff's not weird.
Yeah, because most of it just like it fits into the gym equipment bucket. I don't know. Maybe some of the more fringe stuff starts to be things that are like, is this a grip thing or a rock climbing thing? Like
Right.
it starts to just be like, because you don't want to fill the website up with rock climbing stuff. But some of that does have some crossover appeal, so there's always a little bit of a debate there
too. So yeah, it gets tricky.
Same thing with some recovery things, because we're not really doing recovery stuff now, but we have a few items kind of in there.
Right.
That's more where it falls. Is it a part of an allowed category or not?
Yeah. Should we do supporting our supporting members and maybe kick off the live listeners while I do that?
Good call.
Okay. Several supporting members to support this week. This is a relatively new segment of the podcast. It's just the 30th time that we've done it here in season 2 of the show. It's where we give back to those that support us. We had a whole bunch of new supporting members sign up here recently, which is awesome. We love to see the new ones. We're also stoked about the people that have been around for a long time. We love all of you equally. It is just based on your tier. Like the highest tier people we love the most.
Equally based on how much you want to contribute.
Yeah. So if you're in the $3 level, we love you, just not as much as we love the people in the $6 level. Mm-hmm. But all the people in the $6 level, we love you all the same, just not as much as we love the people in the $20 level, and so on. I mean,
it's pretty simple.
Makes sense, right?
People get how it works.
Yeah, you basically buy our affection. Is how that's working. No, that's kind of a joke, kind of. And then you get a whole bunch of stuff in return. And one of those things is making it onto supporting our supporting members. Another one of those things is our crew mailer, which I have a whole bunch of envelopes that are ready to go. It should be, I'm not going to mail them until they're all 100% ready, but hoping within, I don't know, what do I want to say here?
6 to 12 business weeks.
Yeah. I would really love a week from now if they were all out in the mail.
That'd be sweet.
Not positive if we're going to hit that deadline or not, but that would be great, which would mean by June, middle of June, everyone would have theirs. Or actually, I'd say like 90% will have them. I literally, get this, today I got one returned in the mail from the card. Like I got one returned 2 weeks ago, one just today.
Okay, what was that from?
It's right here.
Yeah, but when was that mailing from actually?
Well, where do I have those? They're literally like.
Is this the trading card one?
Yeah, the trading card ones.
Here's
a whole stack.
Wasn't that
that
from
I've
like
gotten
last
within the
August or last July?
Yeah, this one I got today. It was sent to Big Piney, Wyoming. Let me see if I shipped this or I mailed this on October 7th. It just got returned to me today.
Well, to be fair, Wyoming's really far away. It only borders us on one edge. So
yes. It took. So what's our number of months then?
Is it October?
December, January, February, March, April, May. We're over half a year to get back to me.
Damn.
I've got several the people to claim from the last one. So when I said they're all going to get to people, that's not true. Like 90% of them are going to get to you, and then, you know, with dealing the numbers, we are about 70 are going to get sent back to me. So if you never got your trading cards and you were a supporting member, let me know. We need to discuss your address and I could get it back to you. But that's insane. One just came back today. I was like, whoa, where did this come from?
I thought for sure someone at the post office would go 7 months ago, throw that in the shredder.
Yeah, no, that's wild. Supporting our supporting members. Big Chris Ringo got engaged.
I think we know the follow-up to that. Congrats on the funeral.
Yes, congrats on the impending funeral. Big Holland passed his CPA exam, or at least the portions of the exam he was taking this time first. There was a Pacific Northwest crew meetup, including Big Matt, Big Pavlo, and Big Joe. There was also a Michigan crew meetup this weekend, including Big Peter, Big Tyler T, Big Wally, and Big Bear Shark. And when I say there's a crew meetup, a lot of times what's happening here is they're getting together at one of the person's houses, and they're all getting together to lift. And these are all supporting members that know each other through Massenomics, possibly through the Gym Radar Certified Training Facility map, that sort of stuff.
And most importantly, getting together to have a good old time.
Yeah, they're having fun. They're wearing their Massenomics shirts. They're having fun. And the largest meetup that these all took place simultaneously on the same day, just throughout the country. There was the Crew England crew met up. It was at Big Chris's.
God, that looked fun. That looked fun.
I was so jealous.
I was too.
That. I'm like that. I'm jealous of all the all those crew meetups look like a blast.
They do. I think what makes the Chris one worse is we've been there and we have met basically all those people. So it's like, oh, just pop us in. We're ready to go.
It's still the oddest thing when they post their group picture, and it's like so weird how we know all those people, but that they're all together
and
in
on
a place
the other side of the
us.
country.
It was Big Chris, Big Waffle Iron, Big Steve, Big Jose, Big Derek, Big Brandon, Big Adam, and Big Scants made the trip down.
Oh, yeah. What a lineup of guys.
Awesome.
What a crew, huh?
Yeah. Big Spicy P spotted and loaded at the Midwest Fitness Fest.
Nice.
Big Debo coached the girls' tennis team to their 16th straight sectional championship.
What?
Yeah, sectional champs.
Straight. Damn.
Big Zahn bought his first house.
Congrats.
Welcome
Means
to
a home gym is
ownership.
just around the corner.
You know what that means? You can't spell home gym without home.
Get a Gym Radar account. Here we go.
Yeah. Unpaid and underrated guest this week was none other than Big Scott, who we met at the Arnold this year. He came out to the Eagle. I think him and his wife were there, and they're both competing in the powerlifting meet at the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic.
Hell yeah.
He was this week's guest on Unpaid and Underrated. We call that our bratty little sister podcast. Also this week, I haven't listened yet, but on Half-Baked Thoughts, Half-Baked Training Thoughts, we call that our Drunken Uncle podcast. The guest was Big Jess. So, yeah, on our Drunken Uncle podcast. Keith says there was 4 guys that did a strongman show in Utah. I don't know the deets on that. You know, here's a public service announcement. When everyone goes, all the supporting members go into our competitions and supporting member channel and talk about other stuff for hours on end. It makes it really hard for me to find
to give credit where credit's due.
Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. This is another crew meetup of sorts. I must have missed this because there's so much other stuff in there.
Yeah.
Matt Sundling, Big Ben Bile, Sterling. Who else? There was a 4th crew member there that all met up, and I think they all did strongman together.
Yeah.
A strongman meeting. They were like on a hike together.
Yeah, where was that at?
He says Utah. Was it really all the way in Utah?
Oh, why were they down there?
I don't know. Is that right?
I don't know. Because I remember seeing that
geographically
picture.
odd for Matt out of. I mean, they could have all went there, but Sterling's in North Dakota. Matt's in Omaha. Ben's in Pierre.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Yeah. Someone let us know if they know who the 4th person is. We'll shout them out. Did I say Big Jess was this week's guest on the Drunken Uncle podcast, Half-Baked Thoughts?
You did, yes.
Okay. So thank you to all of our supporting members. This week's show is also brought to you by Barefoot Shoes. Barefoot.store. They're the shoes we know, that we trust. We both wear them to train. I was deadlifting in my barefoot shoes just today. Ursus, high top or low top, canvas or suede. You can't go wrong with the Ursus. That'd be my number 1 recommendation if I steered you towards your first pair of barefoot shoes, is check out the Ursus. See if there's something you like. They come out with new colorways all the time. They actually have a summer sale going on right now where you buy any pair of shoes and get a second pair for 50% off. I'm not sure if you can do this or not, but try. There's discount code Massenomics at Barefoot where you save 10% on any order. So I don't know. Try that summer sale. Maybe you can, on top of it, save 10% off additionally. Barefoot.store.
All right. We ready for certified training facility of the week?
Certified training facility of the week.
I actually
sponsored by our friends at Gym Radar.
by the fine folks over at Gym Radar. We don't know who they are or who's behind it, but we love what they're doing.
Yep.
Okay. I actually have an interesting one this week.
All right.
Because
finally.
It closes. Yeah, finally. A gym we're looking at. It closes a loop. I don't know if you remember. It was like 4 or 5 weeks ago. I had a gym and then you had one. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, it's fine. I'll remember this one. And you said your gym. And I never remembered it again. I could not remember. And then just this week, during one of the 50 times during the day that I checked my radar feed on Gym Radar, I saw the photo and I went, boom, that's the gym. It came back into my consciousness. Are you ready for this gym?
Yes.
The gym is Odin's Powerhouse.
All right. Let's look at Odin's Powerhouse. Okay. Oh, what am I doing here? Where is this gym?
Pearland, Texas, Pearland. I don't know how they say it down there.
How do you spell Odin? O-D-E-N?
O-D-I-N-S.
Oh. My spelling's not very good. By the beard of Zeus, I found Odin's Powerhouse. Wow. I've never looked at this gym on Gym Radar.
Nice, isn't it?
Wow. This is something.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this the official certified training facility of the week, and it's got it.
All right. Well, should we hop right into this gym?
Yeah, let's look. Wow. What
So
a gym.
We're in Texas, Odin's Powerhouse. The owner is also Odin's Powerhouse. They don't have a bio for the gym. They don't have any equipment lists or gym lists or reviews. So bit of a mystery there, but their top brands are Rogue, Ghost, and Force 6. And they have 55 pieces of equipment in the gym. But most importantly, they have some bomb-ass photos in here.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the first one, and I'm not even totally sure where to start with this, Tanner. So it is...
Yeah.
What is this? A garage? I didn't look. We're in a garage here. Okay. So looking at the first photo, it's mostly blacked out. So the ceiling's white. The walls are all black. Floor is black because of, mats of some kind. But they have all mostly red racks in here. And the red accent is used pretty heavily throughout the gym. And it's a very red and black color scheme. And it looks really good, doesn't it?
It does look really good. It looks great.
Yeah, like I'm a big fan of the look they got going on here.
Yeah.
And okay, there's a lot to take in. So maybe we'll go to photo 2. So they have that is a Rogue. Is it a Monster Light? 4-post rack there?
They have the FM6 twin functional trainer, but that's not that, right?
No, because
that's the one on the other side.
Yeah.
So they have that one there. What is that?
I think it's a Monster Light rack. It looks like.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Or no, that's a Monster rack. Yeah, it's got the keyhole design or whatever.
Okay.
They got the mono arms. The rack is.
Oh yeah, it's the RM4 Monster Rack 2.0. That's
okay.
what that is. Yeah.
Oh, then do they got a Rhino off the back of that too? Is that what I'm seeing there? Yeah, they got the Rhino in there behind it.
Yep.
And then is that the Manta Ray bench, I believe, too, in black and red? I don't know if we've really ever came across one of those before. Maybe
Would
one
you say
or two.
It's the Manta Ray bench,
Isn't it?
It is the Manta Ray adjustable bench.
Yeah. Also, you do not see this very often. See how they have those mini cross members on the cross member headers on the rack there where it says Rogue?
Yeah. What is that? Oh.
You don't see that very often.
What do you mean? What picture are you looking at? Number 2?
Yeah, number 2. See in the bottom of that rack, the cross member on the bottom. It has the rack header, but it's like a mini version.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I think Mark in Florida might have those on his rack in his crazy setup there. But I have not seen those very often before. That's
like 411 Mark?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But that is not something you run across too often. So that's cool to see. It's got the mono arms. They got a full, looks like calibrated ghost set And I can't tell in the back if those are ghost bumpers back there or not.
I bet they are. I'll look at his weight plates. He's got a few different weight plates. So, yeah, he's got the Go Strong calibrated kilos. Yes, he's got Go Strong competition bumpers as well.
Okay.
He's also got some American Barbell urethane bumpers.
Yeah, some really good stuff. I'm looking at the next photo now. Oh, we got a Ghost combo even. Damn.
Yep.
Okay.
And look at that Ghost chalk bowl back there, too.
Oh, those things are sweet, aren't they?
He's got some legit stuff in here. Holy cow.
A lot of, wow, these bars. Got a really, really nice bar collection here. Looks like some Texas Power bars or some Texas bars. I don't know what these ones on the top are. If there's some, this one has like a green look to it, but it's like a kind of a brighter green. And then the one kind of reminds me of the Blaze Fitness. It has like the blue sleeves on there. I don't know if that's what it is or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is an interesting collection of bars, though. A lot of different colors there, which is cool to see. Next photo. Oh, we got some On It kettlebells. It looks like that's like the superhero line, whatever that's called. Yeah, you can see those Ghost calibrated plates. We got a Rogue urethane dumbbell set too.
Yep. He's got that Sorinex desk organizer thing.
Yeah.
You ever seen that before?
I don't think so.
That's what it is. It's like an organizer from Sorinex thing.
Oh, I'm sure it was cheap.
No.
And going to the next one. Yeah, what do we got here? The Rogue functional trainer.
Yeah, that's the FM6 twin functional trainer.
With some reppins sitting inside there too.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got all the premium Rogue attachments on there. There's some slingshots. He's got that on a platform too. Or is that part of just the same platform? Oh, he's got a bolt, like a bolt utility bench there. You see that?
Oh, yeah. The 90-degree bench, basically. Yeah, the utility seat. Yeah.
All right. Then the last photo. What is this leg press we got? A bolt?
It's not on here. I don't know for sure.
It is. It says Bolt on the side. Isn't Bolt based out of Texas?
I don't know.
I think they are.
He needs to add it to his gym radar, though.
Looks like he's got some Strength Co plates on that thing, too.
Oh, are those Strength Co 25s?
It looks like, yeah.
Nice.
Can tell by the way they're smooth yet easy to grip.
So that's a Bolt Fitness leg press hack squat combo, or is it just a leg press?
Ooh, that is a good question. I'm not totally sure if that's a combo unit or not. Don't know the answer.
He's also got the Temple of Gains multi-flight behind
there.
Yeah,
the multi-flight is tucked back there. And we did miss it. Photo 1, actually, there is a TV, and in front of the TV, you can see there's a Vultra there.
Oh, yeah. He's got some mounts there, doesn't he?
And is it the Velocidor, maybe? Or is it the Mutant Metals one down there?
He's got the Rogue Arnold plates up there displayed, too. This is a sweet gym.
Yeah, this is a really good gym. Oh, also,
excellent.
Is that a Sorinex Preacher Curl bench?
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
Wow. That's a premium piece.
Yeah. Do you think you could get strong, though, in Odin's Powerhouse?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we're getting strong for show in Odin's Powerhouse. Let's see. Do you got some live listeners to get out of here still?
Yes. Let me give them the boot. Tried something different there. We'll see this week. I actually did a screen recording when I'm talking about those photos. So
it could be different than the normal presentation?
Could be even bigger, better, and crazier than ever before.
All right. From Big Band of Druthers, he says, lift hard live easy cottage cheese eating contest directly before or after finishing the 50 cal challenge.
Oh, God.
I don't know which of those would be more. Let's see. Eat the cottage cheese right before or right after?
The thing about doing it after is you could technically go as slow as you wanted.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You'd still be like.
I mean, you'd be sick.
Doing before would be just absolutely.
I mean, there's just no way you're keeping it down, right?
Yeah. No. Okay. Big Megan from the gym says, what is the seated leg extension of the upper body? The seated leg extension of the upper body.
Is it maybe like a tricep overhead, like a seated overhead tricep extension?
I think if you're going like by the actual body, like what you would say, you'd have to say a machine tricep, because the tricep. No, like I agree with you.
Yeah. I think you're more right though. Yeah. It probably should be a machine of some kind.
Yeah. A machine. But if you're really going to put but also I think you could look at it two ways. That's one way is like, okay, the seated leg extension, I would pick a seated selectorized tricep extension because your tricep, would be performing the same job that your quads are performing. But if I'm just going by pure feels, because like nobody has that machine, you know what I'm saying? Like
nobody?
Well, not nobody, but like that's not a machine anyone's getting.
No,
that's just in a commercial gym is the only, like nobody has that machine in their home gym, a seated, I've used those before, like where you do a seated tricep extension. So I would just go completely alternative. To me, it's like just based on pure feels, I would say it's the pec deck or what would be another upper body machine. It's not a lat pull down for me. That doesn't equate to it at all. I would say it's like more like a pec deck fits the vibe more to me.
I think it does actually. Yeah. You can just be really, really on your ass doing the thing.
Right. Like that's the criteria. Like you got to be sitting on your ass. It's a machine.
Also,
make
sure you're not
common,
using
and like everyone does it.
Yeah,
like
and you're not using too much of the other body parts too.
Right. It's pretty
targeted to one.
Yeah, targeted. Yeah.
I actually think that's a pretty good answer. I do like that. That's good.
Okay. Next question. Did Tanner ever end up buying an open powerlifting shirt? This is a big Kyle. An open powerlifting shirt, or is he still running the numbers? I'm still running on the numbers. I'd like to know, can you buy an open powerlifting shirt?
I don't think you can anymore. I'm looking right now.
Open powerlifting used to
provide us a stat of the week.
Well, they used to do that, of course, but they used to be active on social media.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. No, if you go to their shop, it is not open at the moment.
Okay. So what open powerlifting, it's still all, it's as accurate as it ever has been, but
I think
kind of disappointing that they quit. But maybe they just decided, no, that's not what we're for.
Well, I think it was mainly Tristan was doing all their social posting.
Right. And he got out of it.
The second he got out of it, they just basically never posted again.
Yeah. He's a current supporting member though, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
He's a supporting member. Speed Bump Media, most annoying gym saying. Didn't we do a tier list about that?
We did do a tier list. I don't remember what the final results were.
Well, I would say see the tier list.
Yeah.
You just have to see the tier list. Go to back to that episode. Do y'all prefer front squat or SSB? I bought a SSB and I'm not sure where it fits in.
Well, I'm not sure I'd say that they're two different things.
Yeah, he's saying which do you prefer though?
I do prefer SSB just because it's more comfortable.
By far.
Yeah.
I hate front squats, and I think they have a great place in training.
Oh, I
absolutely hate them.
I love the feeling of front squats. I do. I think they feel great. It's once you really start going heavy, the feeling of not choking yourself out is the part that gets really tricky.
From Big Jace Fletcher, convince my wife the Ramkota is a cozy place and she won't be murdered or get bed bugs.
Definitely won't get murdered there, no doubt. There's no way you're getting murdered there.
The murder rate in Aberdeen is
incredibly low. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about from a crime standpoint there.
Yes.
The only crime being committed is people having too much fun. That's the only thing I'd be worried about.
In that case, lock us all up and throw away the key. Am I right?
The bed bugs, I would imagine there's no bed bugs. I
think it's probably good on that.
Yeah, I think you're
the
fine.
Ramkota. Or wait, is that what it's? Yeah, it's still called the Ramkota. Sometimes I get confusing on the name. The Best Western Ramkota could really use a facelift, particularly like on the exterior of the building.
Not even so much a facelift as just maintenance.
Yeah. Interior wise, I did have a room there last year that we did some stuff by the pool, and it was not bad. Like the room wasn't bad.
You're talking to guys that spend a lot of time in Holiday Inns on the road. Holiday Inn in Hamptons.
That's true. The convention center area is not bad. None of it's that bad, I don't think. The exterior could use a little maintenance, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next question. Will there be youth T-shirts available at the Lift Hard Live Easy? Will there be extra smalls available?
Yes, we were just talking about this week. Extra smalls are there, and we order extra with the idea that is what some children will be buying.
Yeah. Big Lucas Johnson, would you rather give up drinking from the hose outside or give up knurling?
Boy. I don't know. Something about giving up drinking from the hose.
Like
it's summertime.
sacrilegious.
Summertime around here, and every time I go outside, that hose, it's like it's just staring at me, just daring me to drink out of it.
Drink me.
That's all I can hear.
Drink from me. Reminds me, sack segment time. I got a little something here. Does this have a note? Okay, it does. All right. Tommy and Tanner, may your legs extend. May your loads be felt. May your water taste of hose and your country be proper. Lift hard, live easy. Now you can enjoy hose-delivered water on the go, at the gym, or in the car. Leave in direct sunlight for several hours at 110 degrees and enjoy. From the Pacific Northwest crew.
So what do we got here? What do we
There's
got?
one for you and one for me. It is a section of hose with cap on both ends. On this side, it says Pacific Northwest 2026. This is number 1. And this holds 3.5 fluid ounces is what they're saying.
It's like a shot.
This other one, I would assume it's Pacific Northwest. This is number 10.
Well, what's the numbering?
I don't know what number 1 and number 10.
What does it mean?
Oh, and they spelled H-U-S with an umlaut. It's a hoose. So 3.5 of straight up garden hose.
Damn.
So you'd fill this up with water, leave it in the sunlight. Until you
there's
need
no
it
water
most.
in it right now?
Well, I don't know.
I kind of got the impression from the note that it sounded like they shipped it with
You
water
think it's
in
got
it.
water in it?
Yeah, didn't they say leave it outside?
Well, I don't think there's water in it. It
Oh.
doesn't feel like there's water in it.
Okay.
Also, it's screwed on pretty tight. I don't know if you would drink from the plug end or the cap end, too. That's the question.
Some logistics
I guess
to figure out.
to make it feel like a normal hose, like when you're at home, you'd take the cap off because that's going to be the end you would drink out of when it's a hose.
Right, yeah.
So I'll have to get this to you.
Some fine drinkware there.
Yes. One. Do you want number 1 or number 10?
You know what? You can surprise me.
I'll preheat yours and I'll bake it in.
You can surprise me as long as it's hot. That's all I care about.
Yeah. So thank you to the Pacific Northwest crew. Okay. Did you decide then? Would you rather give up the hose or the knurling?
I'd rather give up the knurling. I need my hose.
From Big Joey of Rogue Fitness, would least fun, most fun, recording the Massenomics podcast for 10 plus years. Least fun, most fun.
I mean, the most fun's recording it, right? Like, it's always fun to record these, right?
Yeah.
Least fun, there's some weeks where I do not look forward to editing it. Not like it takes me a long time.
It's just another thing on the list.
It's just another thing on the list. And lately that's turned into my Sunday morning activity. And believe it or not, sometimes Sunday mornings we have other activities. And so it can turn into a little bit of a fiasco, but that's the least fun part. Do you have a least fun to add in there?
I really like or dislike the same sort of same idea. I dislike the whole, we use what's our hosting service?
Oh, Libsyn for the
Libsyn. I dislike the whole posting on that, putting on our website.
It's just
like
tedious.
it's just the tedious crap.
Yeah.
And it's just, you literally do it every week.
Forever.
for over a decade and no time of ever stopping. It's not so nothing to do with recording the podcast. It's the other stuff that goes with it, probably. Big Joey asks, what's the best seated lift for a strongman competitor in terms of felt weight / strength curve?
Oh, for a strongman competitor.
Well, I still think it might just be the leg extension. You know, you're
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
want
yeah,
strong
like,
quads.
really, can you argue with the classic?
All right. I mean, you might see the classic misnomer there is a strongman might think, well, I'm a strongman. I need to be training event specific. No. Stick to the basics. The leg extension is, you know, you don't need, if you're don't have a base level of strength built off of the leg extension, training an event only does you so good. Like, you need to build the strength.
You're building on a
from the
shaky
leg
foundation.
extension. Right. From Big Chris, you can only have one for the rest of your life. You can only have one for the rest of your life. Beer or cheese?
Oh. Okay, that is kind of tricky because I really do like cheese. Cheese is really good. And it would suck to give that up. But something about when a beer hits right, it really hits right, you know?
Yes. I would choose to keep the cheese because I have cheese every day.
Yeah, I have cheese pretty much every day too.
And cheese is good in many forms.
It's
in shapes and sizes.
I don't.
Does
consider
cottage cheese count?
No, I don't count that. I'm saying more traditional.
It is cheese though, right? Like, it literally is called cheese.
Well, it's
from a cottage
variety here.
Yeah,
I don't count that in there. But boy, I really don't even drink beer that much. But it would suck to give up. Like, it's like,
right.
okay, going forward,
the thought that you can never have
going
one.
forward,
but
you
then
get wine or liquor.
You could just, yeah, that's
like,
what you just do.
It's
then.
Fine, but
it's not
really
a brew. It's not a bruchacho.
I'd rather have a beer. It's
yeah. It's not a nice cold bruchacho.
Tanner's giving up.
I
cheese.
have always said I don't trust a man that won't have a beer with me.
Exactly. Now people can't trust me anymore. I guess if Tanner's giving up beer, then I'll have to give up cheese. I'm keeping beer.
Sounds like we both lose.
Yes.
What do you consider the bare minimum checks for a barbell to the average new home gym owner?
Like I say, the bar minimum, like checklist of.
Probably. I mean, honestly, most of the bars out there that you buy new from any reputable company are good.
They are. Like, they are.
Like,
they're all like, the problem's kind of been solved there.
Yes.
It's just, they're all pretty good. Well,
here's my checks. Don't get the one with the Allen bolt at the end of it.
That's what I was going to say. If you're a guy, get a bar that weighs 45 pounds.
There you go. That's a bare minimum check. Yeah, this is the actual list. Get one that weighs 45 pounds.
Preferably has ring marks on it, so you know where your hands go.
Yes.
For me personally, like a center knurling's kind of a bare minimum check.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an absolute requirement, but for me, that would be a bare minimum. Yeah, don't have the hex bolt in the end or whatever. Yeah. Those would be the bare minimums. And then
if you're buying a power bar from insert one of 50 companies for your home gym, you're going to probably have a pretty nice bar. Like, there's levels to it.
Yeah.
Still, but
even actually minimum. Really, they're all pretty good quality. The biggest difference is just how aggressive the knurling is. That's for the most part the biggest difference on a lot of them now.
Various brands on Amazon sandbags. How big of a gamble do you think these are for under 150 pounds? I don't think they're a big gamble at all. No. They're probably not that expensive, and for the most part, they're probably fine.
Yeah, especially under 150 pounds. I'm looking on Gym. I mean, Gym Radar should be able to answer this, but maybe no one's bought Amazon ones.
I mean, if you want tried and true, you just get Cerberus or strength. What is the strength one?
Freedom.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Freedom Strength Co.
Yeah. I mean,
get something like that.
Pretty much every company has.
Or the Rogue ones or Rep. You know, those.
When I type in sandbag and go to the Amazon category, there's quite a few options here. This Ape Fitness, they have two ratings, 5 stars, and I'm just curious what the price difference actually is. Or is it not available right now? not available right now. But these Ludus ones, Ludus. What do those go for? 100-pound sandbag, $75. See, you're
You
saving
can buy the
like,
Cerberus one for like 110.
I think the 100-pound, like you're saving like $10, maybe $20.
Right.
It's not really that much of a save. I think in this case, I guess if it's the only money you have, then go for it. But like,
I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I think
I
you're
would
gonna
just
be fine.
prefer if the difference is $20, I'd prefer to get the name brand one probably. But also, that being said, it's probably just fine.
I mean, I'm looking at it. It sort of looks like it has the same kind of closure and everything. Like it could just be a direct knockoff, but
Yeah.
I guess $20. You decide what that $20 peace of mind gets you.
I'm as straight as they come, but $20 is $20.
That's his saying. Everyone knows that's what Tanner says.
If you had to give up one forever, would it be beer or No. Would it be sparkling
really?
water or Texas Power Bar? Or it says sparkling water or Texas bars. If you had to give up one forever.
Well, I do love me some Texas bars, but like we were saying, all bars are pretty good.
Yeah. That's the real answer.
That is the real answer. All bars are really good. And I'd prefer to have sparkling water in my
My
life.
favorite bars are in the gym are our Texas bars. Like, they are what I use. But we've got a bunch of other bars that are nice too. And I would not want to give up sparkling water for the rest of my like. I have those multiple times a week. Last question this week from Big Nick Rolfe. He's outstanding in his field. He says, what are your thoughts on Arts equipment closing and Gen Ag replacing them? That's a very regionally specific agronomy question.
Are you familiar with any of this?
Yes, I am. Interesting enough to tie this back into Massenomics. Great question. So Gen Ag, I think, is Klaus. Is going to be opening up business in Aberdeen. And
Really?
Just a couple weeks ago, one
Is
of
that
the
how you
guys,
say Klaus or Claus?
I think you say Klaus, but
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
CLAAS is the word.
Yeah. Is there anything you can look up that says how to pronounce it?
I worked on a farm.
I think I've heard people say class before. And
I worked on a farm when I was younger, and they got a claws chopper, and we called it a claws. But
okay, that might be right. I think it's
we
German.
were by no means linguistic experts.
Yeah,
either, though.
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know how you say it though.
I'm unconfident in my pronunciation. I have heard all three of the versions that we discussed here, and I guess I'm actually not sure. There's probably a right and a wrong. Big Nick, let us know what is the proper pronunciation.
According to this, the AI overview says it's pronounced exactly like the English word class.
Okay. So CLASS.
That's what this says.
Okay. Class.
That could totally be wrong, though.
Well, we'll roll with that for now, at least until someone proves us otherwise. Class is going to be doing business. And so someone, not even someone I knew, someone that knew someone I knew, got my number, called me. He said, I'm in the National Guard. I knew you were in the National Guard. I talked to some people that are in with me now that kind of knew you. I got their number from you. I'm working for Gen Ag. I'm going to be working with Class. We're opening up here.
And clarify this for me.
Aberdeen.
Gen Ag, are they like a dealership for
I think
ag
so.
equipment?
I think they're the dealer for Class.
I got their
and
website pulled up here, but it's still not 100% obvious. But
I'm not positive on that.
That's what it looks like. They have Class,
yeah,
Horsch, Sputnik.
Yeah. Oh, Horsch Anderson. I think they are going to be the dealer for Horsch Anderson locally as well.
Okay.
Yes. And he said one of our higher ups from Canada is coming down here to Aberdeen, and he knows all about Massenomics, and he knows it's in Aberdeen. And when he's here, he really wants to come lift at the gym. Is there a way you can make that happen? I said, you are talking to the right guy.
Yeah.
And I never got to run into this. Yeah, I never got to run into the guy at the gym or anything because I think he went early in the morning. Let him. I think he went. I never really followed up, but what I heard through the guy I was talking to is he, like in his spare time, does home gym builds in Canada. So maybe you're listening. First of all, you tell us the proper pronunciation. You're the man to tell us the pronunciation. Also, identify yourself in the YouTube comments and let us know, what do you mean? What's this? Do I have that right? You do home gym builds in your spare time?
Wow.
Something like that.
Sounds like a very interesting individual to just pop into the gym and not have any follow up on.
Yeah. So that's where that ended. To Nick's original question, what are your thoughts? That's all my thoughts.
So, okay.
That
So
was the most
now that I know more, rephrase or restate the question. Break it down for me.
What are your thoughts on Arts closing and Gen Egg replacing them?
So are they closing or do they get bought out? Wait, is Arts?
I don't
Where
know.
is this Arts? That's in Aberdeen?
Yeah, that was on the east side of town also, where all that stuff is at. ARTZ.
Yeah, where?
Does it show still like on Google Maps where exactly that
Yeah, I'm
it's
trying
Arts
to.
equipment is what I would call it.
Oh, on the west side of town? Oh, yeah, on the west side of town out there.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I said
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
It's like kind of like by like the DMV
Yep.
area,
Which is also the
right?
weirdest spot for the DMV.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
Is it by the DMV or am I?
Yeah, it
kinda
is
wrong
out
on
there.
that?
It is. Yep.
Okay.
Like basically out of town.
Yeah.
So why did he know that?
Oh, he always knows the regional agronomy goings on.
See, I thought when this started that Arts equipment was some big national like dealer for something. I didn't realize it was a local Aberdeen one.
He usually knows what's going on.
That is funny.
He also asks, spring planting progress. Planting is essentially done. I would say it's like 90% done at this point. You know, if you're not done, you'd say maybe you're out filling some potholes, or if you're looking for something to plant, you couldn't find anything else. That might be what someone would say. I was looking for something else to plant and couldn't find anything, so I put it away for the year. That's what might be a phrase you'd hear someone say.
Yeah.
And I might be like, I hear that crap all the time. Oh, we're down to pretty much just potholes. We're filling in potholes. That's what's happening. That is our Q&A. Great Q&A. We wrapped that up from second half of last week. Do we have any other hot burning topics that we want to cover this week outside of our Q&A?
A little follow up. What's it, Zach Tellender?
Yeah. Did you listen to any tunes?
Okay. The Sorry I Ain't Rich Yet.
Yeah.
After I actually listened to the song, I'm like, oh, I've heard this in reels before.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
I've seen, and then I think I said it last week. I did recognize, because he had the beef with Diplo, so I recognized him through that. But I did see him comment on the Massenomics post.
He started following Massenomics
Okay,
here too.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It seems I was like, he could have already been following us and known who it was because
I've asked him prior about being a guest on the podcast, and he's kind of said yes. And then we kind of started having guest lefts often, and he wasn't at the time super stoked about it. So I just sometimes if I feel people out and I'm like,
how amped
they seem
are.
indifferent, I'm like, I don't want to pursue it that hard. Then
He is very good at the social media thing. You can tell he has that
He's
down
very good
to
at
a
social
science.
he's very good at it.
I mean, he's got to be spending a lot of time to do his. I don't know if I don't think it's that effortless. It looks so effortless and easy, but man, he's got to be putting some time and effort into it.
I mean, a lot of his posts are talk about his process and stuff. Even so, if you follow him, he's really good at it. Mm-hmm. Like that's part of what's got that's what got me sucked into his music, and like that's the ultimate move that he's making is like it's what he's doing. He makes this really good social media content. He plugs in his music to it. You hear it.
Sometimes it's him performing it. Sometimes it's just the song that plays to end the thing. It's incorporated.
And then
in
after a while,
ways.
you're like, God, song is kind of good, isn't it? And then you're like, yeah, I got to go listen to that song.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing. Like that's the angle. And I'm like, it's good.
Yeah. He does it well.
I think at this point, he just needs a bigger catalog of music, honestly.
Probably.
Because there's not that many, he's got a couple
originals and then some covers
right. Yeah. So did you listen? You were aware of it then? You think like
I was that? Yeah, that's Sorry, Rich. I definitely had heard Definitely had heard that pop up in reels before.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I like it.
Yeah, it is a good song. I've listened to that.
And he
quite a
follows Massenomics now, so now I'm just
bit. So he's all right in my book.
yeah, a supporter of ours. Then I'm like, yep, okay, then I like your stuff then too for sure. I already did like it, but yeah, social media is great. I guess I don't know if I even mentioned that last time, but he does some things very well there.
I would like to know the squat thing that you teased last week.
Oh, what was I gonna? Oh, yeah. I remember now. I'm glad I was so specific with my note there that I could never forget what that
And
was.
in case you're wondering, when I say the squat thing, the note literally is squat thing. So
Yeah, I currently. I went to kind of just like this short-term linear progression on this linear 5x5 progression on my lifts, and by my lifts I say squat, bench, deadlift, and overhead press. And when I say 5x5, it's 5x5 on bench, 5x5 on squats, but then 3x5 on deadlift and 3x5 on overhead press. So the deadlift and overhead press, I do 3x, and the squat and bench are 5x. I just dropped them down. The other exception to that, my deadlift, I do as a deficit, like a 1.5 inch deficit. That's not material what the actual thing on just specific to the squat. And the reason I did this is because I felt like with my knee, I just really wasn't still sure where I'm at, and I just wanted to push the weight, but I couldn't do these random spikes in weight because I'm like not sure that I'm actually ready for that or not. So I'm just going to this base level that I know I'm real solid at and just going to increase this 10 pounds a week.
okay, so
at
10
5 by
pounds is the
5.
jump you're doing.
Yeah, I'm doing 10-pound jumps on 10-pound jumps on the squat and deadlift, and 5-pound jumps on the bench and overhead press. Push press is what I'm actually doing.
Yep.
But on the squat, I just needed to do something where I'm taking it really, like taking the progression really slow and just like really gradual, because was just getting annoyed with where I was at on that. And so I have been, and that's been going good. And but what I did just slightly different on that this time, because I've done this whole thing several times in situations like this. I utilize this at times for shorter periods of time, because can't do it forever, because eventually you get to weights on everything that are just really freaking hard
forever.
Yeah, you can't do it forever, but it does. I can do it for say 4 to 10 weeks, depending on the scenario, and get to a level where I'm like, okay, I built this up. Like in just 2 months now, I feel I have some confidence built around this and the weights that I can handle. But I did something different this time around and I just did it for specifically my squat, just as like a confidence builder, because the squatting is really the one that I'm still working on getting back after ACL surgery and stuff. So I would do 4 sets of 5 at my given weight.
Yep.
And then the next week I'm going to move up 10 pounds. But on my 5th set of that week, I would actually move up to 10 pounds. So when I started, say I did 330 pounds, or maybe my first day was like 320. So I did 320 for 4 sets of 5. Then my 5th set, I did 330.
Oh, really?
So it was just, it was like, then that way when I got to the next week, I'm like, well, I already did that on my 5th set when I was fatigued.
Yeah.
This first set this week I already know I can do it because I just did it on my 5th set when I was the most tired of the day. So the next week I did 330 for 4x5. And then the 5th set I did 340 for 1 set of 5.
Kind of an opposite drop set situation here.
Yeah,
Or
an
top set
opposite
situation.
Yes. And I really liked it mentally because every one of these weeks was like the most I had squatted basically in a really long time. But then I went into each day with the confidence of knowing I already did this weight for this one of these sets fatigued.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I already know I can do it. I just have to not be a biatch about it, because I already, like, it's literally, I know that I can do it for 5. So I just have to do it now. And I did that this week. It was 390 for my 4 sets of 5. And then on the 5th one, it should have been if I followed the formula, it should have been 400 for a set of 5. And I was like, I gotta just put 405 on.
So this is where the
today.
set of 405 came in. Okay. I was wondering where, yes, that makes sense then.
So then it's like, okay, now I've done 405 for my set of 5. And I was fatigued after, 4 sets of 5 at 390 every week is the most I've squatted for a long time. And that's actually getting to a weight for me that I'm like, no, this is enough weight that I have to think
5
about
by 5
anyways.
at 405 is volume. That's
Right. So I didn't do that though. I did 4 sets of 5 at 390 and 1 set of 5 at 405. But it's my last set. You know, it's my 5th set was the heavier one. It should have been 400. I did 405. But then next week, I'm probably going to do the 400. I'm not going to jump all my sets to 405 because I did 405. You know, I jumped 5 pounds more on my 5th set than I should have.
so you're not going to make a 15-pound jump, you're saying?
No, I guess I'm going to go
so
to...
do 400 and then like 410 for your last set then?
Yeah, that's probably the plan, which
So
that's starting to feel
I was going to say, how
hard.
long are you going to ride this out? Because that is getting up there.
Not very many more weeks. Actually, though, like this week went fine. I've actually thought that a number of weeks in a row where I'm like, oh, then probably not too many more weeks of that. And then I just keep doing it. So, you know, it gets slower. Like when I was doing 330, they're very fast. And I understand I'm not like getting a whole bunch stronger. I'm just like figuring out my limits.
Right. You're finally getting to a point where you're getting some good stimulus now. So it's
what I'm actually figuring out, or what the training is doing that I really needed on squats. Like when I did my 5 by 5 this week, that was 390 and then 405 for the last one. Even the first rep of every set felt kind of hard.
Yeah.
And like, if I'm just like feeling it out, or if I'm just basing it on my RPE for the day, I haven't remembered yet what it's like to do a really heavy set of squat, because I'm like, no, the first rep was hard. Like the first rep, it's not like on a really hard set of 5, you don't do the first rep and be like, easy. Second one, easy. And
the
it's like,
days
just
you
the
do
last
are
one,
like,
oh, finally it's hard.
Yes, the days you do are few and far between though. Like,
Right.
It doesn't happen
And like they
often.
felt good, but I'm just like, no, this is
You're
like
working.
a real
like you're doing work.
strain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what it's teaching me, I'm like, no, they can be hard. Even the first rep of the first set can be hard. And I can still do a 5 by 5 at that weight and even do a little bit more at the very end. And that's what I'm kind of learning through the I'm like relearning, or I'm just like,
because you've been there before without a doubt
Right.
multiple times. But it's the coming back after injury. It's
this feeling of like, oh no, this can get hard on a squat and I can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it feels like. Like that's absolutely what it felt like.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah. Cause I saw you had that post of 405 and I'm like, damn, Tanner. And I didn't know like if that was like just out of nowhere, if you've been building up to that or what, but that's good volume when you're doing that.
Yeah. I would say that was like the 6th or 7th week, something like that. I can't remember which one I started at exactly, but that was like the 6th or 7th week.
And the squats look good too.
Yeah, I mean, there again, that set was getting hard and my form's deteriorating some at least, and my speed is going down. But I'm like, it's also was a freaking hard set of 5 squats. Like that's kind of what happens.
Yes.
You know, that's kind of just the way that goes. But yeah, I'm also wearing my belt and knee sleeves and all that crap again. And,
because it just feels good.
Well, it feels good at the time. And then, but like what I would say is like squatting heavy sets of 5, I do feel that just like as I'm actually getting heavy again for me, I do systemically feel that more now where I'm like, oh no, that was a frickin'
You're saying like the
workout.
Fatigue afterwards?
Like the fatigue.
Yeah,
from
you're
it.
just like wiped, aren't you? It's
Yes.
and for me,
it's
it's
full
that,
Jackals training basically where you get done with that, you're like, God, I don't need to do too much else.
That's what I'm saying is when you go like to leg extension and stuff like that, after that's like, I don't know, I can't even load these heavy. I'm just so wiped out from squatting that I don't have anything left, you know?
Yeah. Also mentally, I put a lot into it each week too, where I'm like, I get to that 5th set and I'm like, okay, now I'm like, the other ones I was working hard, but now I'm like, nope, this is the one, because I'm feeling like my next week relies on how this set, because as long as I get through this decently, I'm like, nope, I can do this next week too.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the thing I wanted to point out is the jumping a little bit of weight on the final set.
That's
which
an unusual way of doing that.
I've never even heard of someone doing that. I don't know why I first did that, but I guess what I used to do in the past after a prior injury, this same injury, what I would do on my squat progression is I would take a heavy single after my sets.
Oh, at the end
you
would.
And not super heavy. Like if my sets were 5x5 with 380, I might take a 410 single that week.
Okay.
And then if my weight moved up to 390, I'd take a 420. Like I was always just getting a little work with heavier weight. It was always just the idea of getting a little work with a little heavier weights, like a weight that I'm going to approach soon on sets, that I was getting to touch it for even a single. It's just kind of a mental confidence thing. This is the same theory, just applied a little bit differently. I have absolutely no idea if it would make sense to anyone else. And if you could argue probably a lot of reasons it doesn't make sense, because I know there's value in you are the strongest when you're the freshest.
That's how I'm like, dude, I think it's awesome you're doing that. For me, mentally, my brain's like, nope, hate it. Don't like it at all. Don't like that. That's what my brain thinks.
And I think it works for me because if I have a hard 5x5, I get the most amped for my fifth set.
See, I like that building up to the peak, the first one of like, I like the top set. And
the top set.
Yeah.
The top set. Yeah, the top set. Yeah, that's different. Okay, yeah, actually, that makes a lot of sense to me too. What I was thinking of something. I was thinking more the just straight 5x5.
Yeah, that's
the straight 5x5 is tough.
It is. The straight 5x5 is tough. I really like Juggernaut because, all right, if you haven't done Juggernaut, the way it does it is most days, like whatever, for example, squat. If the program's 5x5, your first set of 5 is going to be heavier than the remaining 4 sets. So like if your first set, or like if your top set is, let's say, a 5x5 at 425, your drop sets will probably, your remaining 4 sets will probably be like 385, 395, something like that. And I've had never done that before Juggernaut. I thought it was a little weird at the time. And now I've come to just love that because it is like you were saying, you get the confidence of touching those heavier weights, but you're coming into them pretty fresh. And then, you're hitting that higher peak, and then you can kind of take it down, the stimulation down a notch to put in the work for the rest of the volume.
Right.
And that's, I've, maybe just 3 years of doing Juggernaut, I've trained myself to think that's the best, but I do really like that training method.
I like that too. Because obviously I've done that a whole bunch with Juggernaut also, and I'm very familiar with other people doing it in the gym. Sometimes what gets me on that though is I bring my stimulus down so much on those.
That's a little bit of it.
I'm like,
yes,
that's part of what you have to be careful of, because you'll take 100 pounds off the bar and be like, oh my God, this feels heavier. Because I'm like, I gave it all on that set, and now I've still got work to do, and I don't want to do any work after that. Like I did the work.
Because it's a double-edged sword in the way that, that top set, you're like, this is the heaviest one. And you like really amp yourself up. You're really focused. You're really dialed in. And if they go good, you smoke them, you hit them good. And you're like, great. I feel awesome. All right, this next thing's going to be easy. And you kind of let your guard down a little bit. And you take that first rep out and you're like, oh, damn it. Like, and then you're kind of like kicking yourself. But then that's like where the thing of like, well, nope. You just like, it is putting in the work. Like you just got to get used to, because you can't be 100% amped up for all those drop sets either. So
the one the lift that gets me the most on, that can do me the dirtiest with that top set and then drop down sets, is deadlift, where I can get so geeked for the top set that it can just feel like I just absolutely freaking smoked it. And then it is really hard to replicate anything close to that, or you don't even want to, you're not trying to. And you can drop down a lot of weight and be like, oh my God, this feels bad. Especially on deadlift. I noticed that in that.
The one benefit deadlift has is that typically your drop sets on Juggernaut on deadlift, it's usually only like 1, 2, maybe 3 more sets.
Yes.
Where squat, you are routinely getting sets of 5. Like you're typically not getting sets of 5 on deadlift, but
the other thing that I had to get myself used to with doing that too sometimes is, particularly on bench, I don't always feel the best on my first working set.
Oh, I 100% agree on this one.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it's just me, but it's the same thing. Squat, the working set, I usually feel pretty damn good that first set.
Yeah.
And bench, a lot of times on the first top set, I'm like, I don't know. I'm fresh. I'm feeling pretty good, but these don't move great. And then I'll get into the working sets. And by the time I get to the last working set, I'm thinking, oh, I'm really hitting my groove now. Like this is when I'm feeling really good. I don't know why that is. You'd say logically you'd say it's a warm-up thing, but I don't think it's that. I don't know.
I usually feel my best on my second working set of bench.
That's when it hits for you is, okay.
Yeah. So what I do to try and work around that a lot of times is, especially in comparison to my deadlift or squat, my last warm-up is way heavier, is almost right at my working weight.
Oh,
or
really?
sometimes I'll even straight up do my working weight. Like if it's going to be a set of 5, I will take that for a single. Like my last warm-up will literally be the weight of the working set, just to like
hit it for one
and then be like, okay, I've done that weight now even. So
interesting. Yeah.
I don't know that is logical either, but it's just all these things I do are all mental tricks for myself.
Well, and that's
that
what
I've
it
developed
is.
over 20 years.
Yeah.
That I know it just helps I wouldn't even recommend them to anyone, but they are just little tricks that I know work for me, like mentally, like physiological adaptations. I'm not claiming that any of it even makes sense. I just know.
I'll say that like your 2 tricks here, I don't like either one of them. Like I know how I lift, and I'm like, you won't catch me doing either one of those. Like,
right.
I'm not going to take my top bench one for a single before. Like there's no way in hell I'm going to do that.
Yeah. And sometimes I'll literally just do that. Like if my top set is going to be 350, I will do 340 for, I'll just go so close to it. Where on if it's deadlift, if my top set's going to be 550, my last warm up's going to be like 495 tops. Like I don't want to, I'm not going to go up to like
you need to
440 and then I'm like, no, that's totally wasting all my gas.
Yeah.
But for some reason on bench, I just feel like I need more. I really need to push the warm up farther before going too deep into a hard set.
Also, bench is the least taxing of them, so like you are giving up the least by doing it on that one. So like I could see the logic there a little bit, but
let us know in the comments, what do you think of doing a 5x5 and the old 5x5 with the increased 10 pounds on the final set of the lift?
That's a weird one.
But
for me this week, the big change was going back to sets of 3. Like the volume finally really dropped.
Yeah, that's like a vacation when you go to set of 3.
It is. It's also a different mindset. Like, and it always does shock the system a little bit because you get so used to being kind of in that marathon mindset of like, nope, like you can't get too hyped on rep 1 or 2 because we got a lot to go here. Like, we're in it for a grind. Like we're in for a grind here, and then all of a sudden, like you're doing sets of 3, and you're like, no, actually, I do need to kind of come in with a little more hype.
Or else
and like,
I'm not going to get this weight.
Yeah, like I need to actually attack this a little more because I'm only here for 3, and like I gotta like really get after these. And that's what actually it doesn't happen often for me, but this was my first week of 5x3 on squat, and they actually felt better as the day went because I'm like, oh no, like I need to be more aggressive with these. And once I started doing that, I'm like, oh no, they do feel good, and also like you just get over it so much quicker when you're only doing 3.
Yeah, what you said actually made me think of it. The way Juggernaut does work, though, and actually what you described right there, sometimes what I'm doing on my squat is what happens on Juggernaut, though, because you are doing your sets, and if you're getting a little bit better as you're going, you're marking the RP accordingly, and sometimes it can jump your weight
actually, yes,
towards the very end. So that actually, not on the top set days, but on the straight set days, that I've actually done that many times. Maybe I said I'd never done that before. Not true. I kind of, sometimes you do that in a way.
That always happens to be on incline bench. It always wants my incline bench lower, and it's not unusual, especially if it's a day where there's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 sets of incline. It is not unusual for me to be adding 10, 15 pounds to my incline from where I start, where Juggernaut wants me to start to where I end up.
I think part of the issue on that is it's referencing your main lift to, the main bench to the incline number. And I think it does it with close grip to me, where it always wants my close grip too low.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, my close grip is a much higher percentage of my main lift than what you think it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like it
that's
says,
probably the case on your incline.
Yes. It's saying like, all right, a 190 incline. And I'm like, this is like an RP 5. I could do 15 of these.
I'll just straight up adjust the very first.
Well,
set
and that's what I
sometimes
do.
when
And that's what I
do
started to
it.
do over time.
That's-
And then it's
that's just something you got to learn though too, that if you don't learn it, it happens anyways because you do what it's prescribed. And then by the third set, you're up to close to where it's supposed to be.
you're marking an RP5 and then the third set's jumping you 10 pounds and you mark an RP5 again, it's going to jump 10 pounds again.
So that's sort of what I'm saying is you can end up with the
So what you're
last
saying
set
is you're
being
just
the heaviest set.
sandbagging every week. And then towards the end of your workout, you're finally getting closer to where you should be.
Kind of.
Actually, I mean, giving you shit, but actually kind of, yes.
In the linear progression model like that,
You kinda
when
have
start
to.
low enough. That is kind of what you're doing is like,
you're intentionally, you are intentionally
Right.
limiting yourself.
yeah, especially at the beginning, you're intentionally limiting
Like you're giving
yourself.
yourself a runway, which we've talked about a lot.
Right. And that's particularly in the squat and actually in the overhead press because I haven't been training that very much. I've noticed it really effective for that where it's actually really crazy on the push press, especially because I'm doing push press, which I'm least familiar with. I will move up 5 pounds. I've done this like 8 weeks in a row. And almost every time even I've done it and thought, that felt a little better than it did. Like it felt easier than it did the prior week.
And that's without a doubt strength gains, but it's also technique
It's
gains
just
too.
practice. Yeah. That's what's going on there. But that's what going light enough early in the process enables you to do. Because if the first week out on that, if I'm doing a linear progression and I go and I'm like, oh my gosh, I barely got it. You're not probably getting the best practice.
Doesn't sound like a horse cocking mentality though, right there.
Well, that's true. You eventually get to horse cock. You just it's a delayed horse cockification. It's a delayed horse cockification where it is rewarding on something like that when you get to the point where you're like, oh yeah, I get to horse cock finally. Mm-hmm. It becomes, in my model, becomes very fatiguing at a certain point when all of them are converging on each other.
It does though. It gets to be like, damn, this is kind of a stressful week when everything is just getting cranked up more and more.
And that's why you eventually have to stop. You have to deload, do something, that's why it's
or
not
let overhead press keep running while you dial the other
I
ones back.
do stuff like that sometimes where I'm like, no, my deadlift is done here.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
then you're you could say on some type of alternating progression with the other one.
And that is what I'll do. I'll even eventually more of the idiocracy of the autistic behavior that I do even on that progression. The way I'll treat like the deadlift is in order to give myself the window of a longer runway. Like I started these deadlifts beltless and strapless. I was just doing double overhand until basically the double overhand was too hard. And then I'm like, okay, I've started wearing straps. Mm-hmm. And the whole time I've been doing them on a deficit also. Like today was 3 sets of 5, 475 from a deficit, but I'm using the straps now. The next thing I'm going to add is my belt. And I think I want the belt for 495, which would be in 2 weeks. But I don't know that I want the first time I'm wearing my belt to be on 495. So I think next week with 485, I'll put my belt on.
I think that's the right move.
And then in 2 weeks, I'll be at 495 on a deficit with my belt. See how that, part of it is just seeing how it goes every week, and like, does it feel like shit because I was fatigued and tired and haven't slept? And will next week feel better? Or do I feel like I'm making a call if I feel like shit because I'm at the end of my rope on the whole thing? One more thing I can pull out on it then too is the deficit. Yeah. So like maybe I can, with the belt, I feel good all of a sudden and I go to 505 with the belt on the deficit and maybe 515, I don't know where it ends. Or maybe I eventually get to where I'm like, this is too much for me right now. I may pull out the deficit and continue for a couple weeks, depending on where my other lifts are at. And then I'm like, I could have a runway of a couple more weeks with no deficit potentially.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, you should. Like it should.
Yeah.
Add a little bit there.
But it's just like the like keeping a couple things in my back pocket to keep the progression going as long as possible.
Or removing these little handicaps that you've put in place along the way.
Right. That you just, I don't know. More follow up on that in future weeks. I'll Eventually we'll all blow up, and then I just have to get off of this and get on this normal training again. But I do like it short term at least.
Oh yeah, it is fun. Yeah, like when you can, if it just runs some straight up linear progression, like it's always it's always
well. Then
fun.
because particularly for the squat, then I'm like, okay, I know I can squat 405 for 5 now, so I need to frame.
So now you just do that every week forever, right? You've done it once.
Well, I just add 10 pounds.
Yeah, you just never go below that now. That's
10 weeks I
baseline.
should be, doing 505 for a set of 5. And 20 weeks I should do 605 for a set of 5.
Well, that's just your baseline going forward. You never go below that ever again. You've done it once. You're good.
But what it does tell me, if when I'm back on Juggernaut, I need to make sure weights are adjusted so that, some days are lighter, some days are heavier. Not every day needs to be a max effort. But I'm like, if my hardest days, I'm not approaching these sets and rep schemes that I already now know I can do.
Yeah, then you don't have
I am sandbagging that. Like, I need to adjust that. That squat thing. What a topic. Whew. Okay, should we bring this one in towards a landing?
So.
Did you do Juggernaut AI? I mean, we just talked about it, but
I started with that, but I did not do the Strength Co. This
talked
episode
about them even too, didn't we?
Is brought to you by the Strength Co. Strength Co. They make the best made in America Olympic iron weight plates. They're smooth yet easy to grip. They're designed to look great in your gym. They're black. They're E-coated. They're really the centerpiece to any incredible gym is a set of Strength Co. made in America plates. They're the go-to plates in my gym. They're the go-to plates at Massenomics gym. And it's for good reason. They just really are the best. We highly recommend them. And you can get yourself a set at thestrength.co. Do it today. You won't regret it.
Thank you, the Strength Co. Any other news or notes this week? Check out what's left of the merchandise. There's a few tank tops. I'm looking at them now. The piles are pretty small, but they're still there. There's a couple other T-shirts around. You can get a Gym Radar T-shirt where I know we don't know those guys well, but I don't think they have the faculties to be able to print their own shirts, so we kind of wanted to just help them out in that regard.
Yeah, whatever they're doing, I'm sure they need lots of help.
Yeah, I do respect the hell out of what they're doing over there, though.
They're making a go of it, that's for sure.
Yeah. They are definitely making a go of it. Drink spotters are available in all styles, whether it's the Magnetic Light or XL or the 5/8 inch or the 1 inch. The 1 inch rack mounted drink spotter is available for the first time in a long time.
Those have been gone. Yeah.
For like a year.
Yeah.
So get that while you can, because we don't know what the outlook is on that in the future. This could be your last opportunity. Don't be the guy where we had something stocked for 10 years and then you message the minute we're out of it for good and say, oh,
now
I really wanted that.
Now's when I'm ready to buy.
Yeah. And then the last thing I'd note is becoming a certified training facility on Gym Radar. You do that through the Massenomics site. You get the flag, the certificate, and the special certified stickers that go along with it. And we would just mention there still is the available opportunity. This is the secret menu item. When you go to the shop, you can order the Gym Radar certification through us. But in the order comments, you can say, I want the original red Massenomics flag and certificate and stickers. We do have some of those secret menu of items available. You can't directly purchase that thing. You just need to purchase the Gym Radar one and say that. And that's while supplies last. So if you want to sit on that one and wait, get caught on the sidelines, caught with your pants down, wanking your pud, let that be your own mistake, I guess. You can wank your pud on your own time.
Not on our time, damn it.
Yeah, that's right. Tommy, where do they find you at?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
You can follow me at Tanner_Bear. Just make sure to follow Massenomics at Massenomics.
See ya.